Caden, just, how do you kind of stay level? You have a great weekend and then a little bit of a tough night at the plate on Tuesday. Just what's kind of your approach in that kind of dynamic?
I mean, that's just baseball. You're going to have good games, you're going to have good series, and then, next thing you know, you're going to have a bad game. That's just kind of how baseball is. Kind of how I talked about a couple days ago. It's not about riding the highs, not about riding the lows. You just got to stay even kill and, keep that mindset.
What does it mean to y'all to see the freshmen step up like they did in that game and kind of get some of those first home runs knocked off the list?
Yeah, no, it's great, especially like coming up in those big moments. Like Jorian hitting that homer was huge for us, gave us a bunch of momentum. Same with Nico, same with Boston. I mean, they did their job, and super proud of those guys.
What's it been like to work with those three, considering you were once in their shoes?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. They're so like toolsy, and they got a great headset on them. It's great to have freshmen like that. They're gonna get the job done, and they got 2 more years here, which is amazing and great to see. And I'm excited to see where they go.
We're gonna talk to Nico here in a second. Just with him in particular, what have you really seen from him that's afforded him the opportunities he's had to play early this season?
Yeah, he's got a great mindset on him. I think that like he knows how good he is. I think that's what makes him really good. Obviously, like he has the tools, can hit a ball 115 miles an hour, can throw a ball 98 miles an hour. With him, it's just he's got a great mindset, and I think that's what makes him so good.
Got to talk to Wesley after Saturday's game, but with all 3 Marcus guys homering in the same game, how special is that? And did you hear from Coach Sherman after that?
Yes, we did. He texted in our little group chat. He didn't say anything about the homers or anything. He said something about me almost killing Dewar on that sliding play, or him almost killing me, something like that. But yeah, it's great to see that. It's awesome. I mean, I never even got to play with Wesley in high school. I was on JV my sophomore year, and he was a senior. So it is great to have all 3 of us in the lineup at the same time. It's really cool.
Speaking of Wesley, what have you seen from him as he's gotten off to a crazy start too?
Yeah, I mean he's awesome. I mean can hit the ball to all sides of the field, hits the ball really hard. Got a great approach. He's a stud.
Just talk about your lineup, right? For you to have the night you had Tuesday, Chris not in the lineup, but you guys still score 8 runs, find a way to win a game. Like, just how deep is this this roster and this bench here?
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, I've talked about it already. Like 1 through 9, like we have a bunch of relentless like guys that just want to get the job done, want to pass the torch to the next guy, and like I said earlier, if I'm not able to get the job done, if I'm not having a good night, I know the guy behind me's got me.
Did you have to do a double take when you made that diving catch on Sunday?
A little bit. I went back and watched the video, and I saw me look at the ball in my glove. I don't really know why I did that. I did it. I don't know why.
Anything else? You've gotten a lot of preseason namings and SEC Player of the Week. Just how do you stay level, and just what does all the namings mean to you?
I mean, obviously, it's a great accomplishment to get that stuff, especially week 1. It's really cool. I don't really like to buy in too much to the rankings and then all that. I don't think rankings are too important until the end of the season's here. I don't think it matters, but it's great to see, and it gives me confidence. Other than that, don't really try and buy too much in on it.
Speaking of that confidence, early talks about you being one of the more confident guys on this team. What does that look like for you? Obviously, it's not verbal, it's not outward, but what does a demonstration of confidence look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been told baseball is a very mental sport. Growing up, parents told me baseball is 90% mental, 10% physical. You can't. Like I already said, you can't ride the lows in baseball. You can't ride the highs. I mean, if you're going to ride the lows, then you're not going to have much success in this sport because it's a game based off failure. So, got to show up to the park every single day, just looking to get a job done. Every day is a new day. Kind of like to keep the mentality that every day is opening day and just go forward from there.
That 10% physical part, just how's it felt to be 100% healthy going through the start of this season?
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, took it for granted a lot of the times when I was healthy, especially my freshman year. And then, last year had the hamstring thing and then the hamate thing, just wasn't expecting it. So I'm definitely very grateful to be out there and be healthy and, not have to feel any pain anywhere.
Nico, just What's it meant to you to be able to have the opportunities to play early this season that you've had?
It's unbelievable. It's always been a dream come true to even come here to play, as my mom came here when she was in college. So it's always been a dream to come here, and just being granted the opportunities that I've had has been remarkable.
How has the adjustment been from high school to college? And it seems like you've adapted quickly.
For sure, there's a lot more failure that comes with it, but I've had a great group of guys around me, great leadership guys that have talked me through and said, like, I'm going to fail more than I ever have. So just a lot more competition, but, a lot greater guys to be around.
Any guys in particular that's kind of taken you under their wing particularly?
Ever since Gavin Grohovec was the first one I had met when I came on my visit here, so he's been one of the main guys I've talked to. Hakopian has been great as well. He's really vocal about just the mental side of the game. So, those two guys have been the main ones I've talked to, but everyone's been great.
With your mom being a former student at A&M, what did it mean for you to run out on opening day? And what were your earliest memories of this place?
It felt great. It really hit me when I looked up and the war hymn was going and everyone was engaged. So it's kind of like what I said earlier, it's a dream come true. And then, earliest memories, I came here when I was young, watched football games, watched baseball games. Never really truly understood the tradition that A&M had until a few years ago, but it's been great.
Do you have a favorite A&M player, whether it be football, baseball, basketball, anything like that?
Everyone loved Johnny Manziel growing up, so of course that. But probably the earliest baseball player I remembered was Braden Shoemaker. So, coming to the games young was awesome.
Lots of guys in select in high school are two-way. They get to college and one side or the other is turned off, basically by, the coaches or the player. Hey, I need to concentrate on this. How special is it that you're still going two-way, and that the coaches know, hey, there's got to be a point in time we put you on the mound because you are a valuable piece on both sides.
I got to give a lot of love to the coaches for being able to trust me to get both sides done, because throughout the fall I truly understood how hard it can actually be if I don't dedicate myself to both sides equally. So there's been a lot of days where they've been a lot more tiring, where I've been a lot more worn down getting home. But it's been great knowing that they trust me to still be able to do both parts, and how, they just give me the resources to stay healthy.
To that point, how eager are you to get on the mound, and have they given you an indication of when that may happen?
I'm really eager to get on the mound and just show the 12th man what I can really do out there on the other side of the ball. JK has talked to me some, just more relieving, closing roles just to keep my body healthy. I'm not sure exactly when the first time will be, but it should be coming soon.
Anything else?
Well, similar to that, how has the transition been to third base, and what did the work take to get there, and where you're at now?
So I played third base a couple times throughout the last 4 years, so I've been on that side, but I've always been a shortstop, so I've known that footwork. But when you got a guy like Cliff Pennington as your infield coach, I feel like you can play anywhere in the infield. Even learning second base in the fall, which was a little bit of a struggle at first because I've never been on that side of the field. Just working with him has made that a lot easier. So the transition was fairly easy due to being on that side of the field, but it's been working out great.
Or maybe just some of the biggest things that you really emphasized work on throughout the fall and preseason leading up to this?
So it's been a lot of simple things. One of the big things with Pennington is, where you're feeling the ball, especially short hops, just getting to the bottom of the ball, getting it right off the ground. So there's some drills that I've struggled on that I feel like I've improved a lot over the fall and even the spring. And it's just the most simple possible things that we can do that makes, hard plays easy, and the easiest plays the most routine it can be.
You mentioned Gavin earlier. How much has he been an asset for learning third base for his time over there?
Every day. Even last week, like 2 days before a game, he's making comments like, hey, this side on the bag on cuts and relays and doing this type of thing. So, he's a veteran in the corner infield, and he spent a full year there his freshman year. So anything he says, I take and do the best of my ability to replicate.
How was a Tuesday night like for you? Obviously first homer for you, but then to see, multiple your own freshman teammates kind of beat on the action.
I feel like everyone in the stands, everyone watching the games are truly going to see what Boston Kellner and Jordan Wilson can do. Those guys are unbelievable athletes, players, very talented, but they're also unbelievable people. So it was truly a blessing to kind of see all of our hard work together truly be represented in one full game, perhaps. But it was great. It was great seeing those guys succeed.